Good morning once again, and welcome to the 78th Annual East LA Classic. This year the game will be October the 26th here at East LA College. JV game beginning at 4 p.m. and followed by the varsity game at 7:30. Once again, I just want to take this great opportunity just to thank both Garfield and Roosevelt for giving me this great opportunity for my 12th year covering this press conference. At this time, I'd like to bring up first from Roosevelt High School, one of the principals there, Sylvia Tovar.
Good morning. It is my honor to represent the 7 principals of Roosevelt High School. First of all, I would like to offer a heartfelt thank you to our coaches, our players, our spirit squads, parents, and everyone who makes this event possible. I would like to share a story of an amazing educator, and most of you will know who he is, Mr. Quesada, a bulldog and a Rough Rider to the core. You see, Mr. Quesada graduated from Garfield and dedicated his life's work to Roosevelt students. Friday night, we will come together as one to show Boyle Heights and East LA an exemplar of sportsmanship and unity. Bulldogs and Rough Riders will leave it all on the field in the pursuit of victory with honor. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to bring up a gentleman that I've known for so many years, and he was a teacher, and now it's a great honor to have him as a principal at Garfield High School. Please welcome Mr. Jose Huerta.
Good morning, everyone. It is truly an honor, just like Ms. Tovar mentioned, to be here with you today. We are celebrating the 78th year that we're doing this. This is amazing. It's a time, like somebody was just talking to me, the president from East LA College. If you try to put all this in a nutshell, it's like a big high school reunion for our community. It's a time when people from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s come together as a family and as a community to celebrate what they remember as something that was fun and exciting back in the day when they participated in it. And now we have these young men that give it their all, because they will give it their all. This year it makes it a little special because this year both teams are competing for that conference championship. So it makes it even a little more special. So for those people that haven't had the opportunity to come to one of these games, please make special arrangements to make it to this one, because it's going to mean a lot. And these players and their coaches have practiced. They have worked on the dog days of summer. They have looked at film. They look at strategies. They break it down. They don't sleep. They look at this thing, and they're coming with a plan. Both teams are coming with a plan. So that is what both sides of Indiana Avenue are going to look at on Friday night when they come here, to see what plan is in place. And that is always exciting. And I know that they're both going to give it their all. And in reality, there's no loser on Friday night, because this is our community. And I know that we're all going to be fighting to win this game. And I wish you all the luck in the world, young men. You're truly an example for everyone at our school sites. Not only are you athletes, but you're students that are doing well in your classes. And I welcome everybody to participate in this grand event. And thank you very much, and have a great Friday evening.
Thank you, Mr. Huerta. Next up, I just want to mention that a representative from Jose Huizar is just joining us here today. Is Mr. David Miranda. He's just here today to oversee the press conference. Where's Mr. Miranda at? There he is, right there, from Jose Huizar's office. Thank you. Next up, I'm going to bring the president of East LA College, is Mr. Farley Hertzkin. Hope I got that right.
Good morning, everyone. and welcome to East LA College. This is my first experience with this game on campus, so I'm probably just excited as you are to be out here before 20,000 people. You are making your schools shine, you're making the community shine, and ELAC shine. Your students, your athletes, but I think most important, or I should say equally important, your ambassadors for your schools and your ambassadors for this community. You will have, not to put more pressure on you, there'll be 20,000 people out there, but I think you'll have the world watching on TV as well. And they're going to be watching our best and brightest from East LA. So good luck to all of you. And again, most important, have fun. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Other people I'd like to just recognize is Susan Okala. Thank you very much, Susan. And Sergio, the field manager here at East LA College. Thank you very much. Now, let me introduce the president for the Roosevelt Rough Riders student body president, Rafael Hipna.
Thank you. I'd like to start off by congratulating both teams, the faculty, the parents, and everybody who makes this happen. And I'd also like to say that it is an honor for me to be standing here representing the student body of Roosevelt, which is something I wouldn't have expected when I was a freshman coming into Roosevelt, because I was actually coming from Griffin. So I had grown up as a Bulldog, and transitioning to a Rider was a little bit of a shaky thing for me. But one thing I noticed on both sides, from the Bulldogs and the Riders, is a tremendous amount of pride, but also a tremendous amount of respect, which is a really inspiring thing to see, especially from high schoolers and from the football team especially, to set a great example. And also, when I was a freshman at Roosevelt was in a transition period. We were transitioning into 7 small schools. And a lot of people were afraid that that pride and that tradition would be lost. But walking around Roosevelt today, it is clear that that pride is not lost. And although the traditions may be changing, the spirit is still there, and that's what's important. Thank you, everyone, and good luck to both teams on Friday.
Thank you. Next up is the student body president from Garfield High School, is Maria Flores.
Good morning. It is with great pleasure that I stand here as the student body president of Garfield High School. Ever since I was a child, I pictured what it would be like to attend a high school with a lot of spirit and unity. It was until I attended the Classic a few years ago that I realized this school did exist. Immediately I thought, I want to go to Garfield High School. The East LA Classic is a reflection of our roots, our values, and our culture. Growing up in East LA, you learn to appreciate your community. At Garfield High School, you become so familiar with every teacher, every student, and every staff member. The Classic is something magical that helps us get a greater understanding of our community. It is not only about the football game, but about a community coming together to witness something exciting, fun, and truly special. This game between Roosevelt and Garfield High School has been going on for decades, but not once has it become insignificant. This football game unites 2 different schools, yet very similar schools, and allows us to display our love for something, drawing in thousands and thousands of people. It allows friendships to unite and new friendships to be made. During the game, you have the opportunity to scream your lungs out, to cheer for your school, and to simply have fun with your family and friends. Our football players, they're really hard-working students. Allowing them to play in front of a crowd as big as the one at the Classic gives them the opportunity to experience something special with their biggest fans. But let us not forget the long hours that our drill team, our cheer team, and our leadership has put into this game. We all know what it takes, and as a representative of the student body, I am proud to say that I am a Bulldog. I am proud to say that I have confidence in my school. The Classic allows us, the students, to represent our pride as students, as athletes, but most of all, as a member of the community. Whatever role we may play, whether it's leadership, drill, band, color guard, or football, we do it with love. So let's not play dirty. Let's play with heart, passion, and most of all, pride. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Next up is a gentleman that I've had the pleasure of knowing when he was a little kid. I used to coach him, and now he's a coach over at, that's how old I am. He's now the head football coach, athletic director, and a teacher now there at Roosevelt High School. Please welcome the head football coach from Roosevelt High School, Mr. Javier Sid.
Yes, indeed. Louis did coach me in flag football at Boa Heights Youth Center, which is located right there next to Salesian High School. I don't know if you guys know it. I want to take the time to thank everyone in the Boa Heights community, all the teachers and staff and all the members that support us. I also want to take the time to thank some of the sponsors, Chalillo's Food that's here. Thank you very much for coming out. Also, a big thanks to Nike. I believe for the last 5 years they come out and supported both schools in the Classic, and now they're, hopefully we can say they're a fixture in the Classic. Also want to thank Rico Cabrera and East LA Sports Scene, as well as Sarni, Juan Lainez, Ron Gill from the Wave newspaper, because they come out and support both schools year in and year out. Of course, Blackie does a great job for Garfield, and I had the pleasure of working with him too. So I want to thank all these people for their support. This is the 78th edition of the East LA Classic, and like every Classic, it's going to be a great one. This year, you have two very strong teams coming out, and they're going to be playing not only for the bragging rights of East LA and Boa Heights, but they're also going to be playing for the league championship. The team that wins this Friday is going to get the higher seeding in the playoffs. I believe that both teams will get in, but you want to win this game because you want to get the higher seed. There's always a possibility that one of us could get a home game. I believe Garfield got close last year, being seeded number 9. So something that Coach Hernandez and I both try to work on, making sure that our teams are ranked as high as possible. As far as our team, our guys right here, you can see them. I'm going to have my captain Gilbert Herrera introduce them in a minute. But I just want to say our team is ready. Our coach has done a really good job of preparing these guys week in and week out. As far as the Garfield team, they're a very strong team. If you look at their last 3 league games, they've only given up 12 points in 3 league games, and I think they scored upwards of almost 200 points. So we know what we're facing. They're a great team, and we're going to do our best to beat them on Friday. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. Another good friend of mine, we've been real close. We come back every year, and we talk to him, and very responsive to myself and Rico. Coach for Garfield High School, Mr. Lorenzo Hernandez.
Thank you, everyone. Before I go, I just want to make sure that Herrera here has the opportunity to introduce his team members here, and then I'll go and Lance will do the same.
All right, we're going to go first with the team captain. Please welcome the team captain from Roosevelt High School, Mr. Gilbert Herrera.
Okay, thank you. First, we'll start off with number 10, Gilberto Alvarado. Next is number 42, Juan Garcia. Number 40, Eric Guerra. Number 8, Alvaro Vasquez. Number 33, Jose Zambrano. Number 6, David Arriaga. Number 30, Christian Campos. Number 51, Miles Tavares. Number 53, Jonathan Godoy. And number 72, Richard Sanchez. And also, I would like to say that ever since summer started, since every week since then, everyone has been asking us, me, myself, and our teammates, that if you're ready for the Classic, if you're ready to beat Garfield. And what we have to tell them every week is we have to focus on our opponent this week. That week, when it comes, it'll come, but right now we're focusing on that opponent. And this week is this week now. Garfield is our opponent, and they're a very tough team, and I know myself and my teammates are ready. And I'm sure Garfield is ready too, and I'm sure they've been anxious just as much as us. And I just want to wish Garfield good luck as well. and it's going to be a very good game. So I hope you all come out and support both teams. Thank you.
Okay, and now let me introduce the Garfield head coach, Mr. Lorenzo Hernandez.
Thank you, Louis. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's here today. I don't want to repeat what Coach Sid said, but I really appreciate the support, all the people that he acknowledged earlier, including Chalios and Nike, for their support. I also want to thank our administration that does a tremendous job. For those of you that know anything about sports, you know that there's always roadblocks and issues and problems that come. I'm surprised that our assistant principal, Mr. Cantu, hasn't lost as much hair as I have, because it could get grueling during the season when you have parents and comments and concerns. So, but besides the point, I believe this game, like Coach said, stated earlier, it's going to be a phenomenal game. Yeah, we've scored points, but defensively, the first thing I asked Coach Sid is who's their defensive coordinator now, because he's doing an outstanding job. They got a phenomenal group of linebackers, including Campos. They got an excellent running back in Herrera, and they got a beast of a kid in Godoy. So this game, if you have not been to any game yet, I strongly recommend that you come to this one, because it's going to be a game for the ages. I've been telling everyone around campus, because I think this is something that these young men have been working for the past 2 years to their senior year. So again, I want to thank everyone for being here. I want you to come and enjoy this game, because again, like I've been telling everyone, this is one for the ages. My guys, I understand the position that we're in. I understand that our record doesn't reflect, their ability, but I also understand that we have a plan, and every off season we know the grueling grind that we put them through week in and week out. So I have no doubt that these kids are going to be focused. Week in and week out, they've always been focused. But I understand, and although we may say that this is like any other game, we'll try to focus and your opponent. No, because they give you that effort. Coaches yell a little louder, including myself. So I have no doubt that our guys are going to be ready, and I know Roosevelt's going to be ready. So we're hoping to make this a great game on Friday night for all of you to enjoy. Thank you.
Next up is the team captain for Garfield High School, Lance Fernandez.
I'd like to introduce my players. Barry Velo, Joshua Mendoza, Fabian Gonzalez, Alejandro Lupercio, Cleo Sessions, Antonio Hueso, Alfonso Sid, and Joshua Chavez, and Chris Alexander. And I would like to thank everybody for coming here today. And I'm pretty sure Roosevelt's been working hard all season long, and in the summer we've been working hard too, and we're going to come out prepared, and we're not going to let down the Garfield community.
Thank you once again. We'll see you Friday. Take care, God bless, and keep enjoying the East LA Classic. Thank you.
And here we are now at the press conference for the 78th Annual East LA Classic. Joining us here for a preview into the game this Friday night, just 48 hours away, is Coach Javier Sid, the head coach of the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Very excited today, and our week of preparation is going well. So we're looking forward to this Friday, definitely.
Well, as you mentioned in the press conference, Nike, a big sponsor in the 5 days of Friday, will be counting down 3. There's 2 more to go. But,
That's
Coach,
right.
Capsulizing the season thus far, you are where you want to be in terms of the overall performance of the team?
Absolutely, yeah. We, our preseason. We, did a good job there. Right now we're 8-0, but we're 5-0 in league.
Yes.
And, what a way to finish off the season against our biggest opponent, coming in 5-0 and having the opportunity to go undefeated in the league. And then from there, having the opportunity to get a really good seeding in the playoffs. So we are definitely where we want to be, but we also know that the game on Friday is going to be the toughest game of the year, like it always is. And, I think we're ready to go.
Coach, the classic, and nothing but the classic this week at campus, in the community, post game. You're talking about the fifth quarter that you're promoting as well. But there's a big buzz, as is always the case for our community. Chance for East LA always to shine in the eyes of the world and the country, and of course here in the city. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, well, absolutely. You know, the game from way back, it went from being a game to being an event, and now from being like an event in one day, now it's kind of spreading out to the whole week. This week at Roosevelt High School is our Spirit Week, and the whole campus, you know, is just electrified with spirit and all the students kind of rooting on our guys, and not just the football players, but also the band, the color guard, the drill team, the cheerleaders. Everybody's really excited about this week. Every day there's a theme. I believe today is Pajama Day, tomorrow will be Grease Day, and then Friday, of course, is always red and gold. So we're really looking forward to that.
Let's talk about this now. You have coached in this classic here for how many years now?
As a head coach, this is going to be my 7th year. In the early 90s, I had a chance to coach at Roosevelt, but I did coach 2 years at Garfield as well.
So you're well versed in what this means to our community, and more importantly, what it means to the players. They're now teenagers, young men. They're going to make that transition into adulthood. But Coach, quick question for you: do some of your players that are alumni come back and support you, whether they want to coach with you, come back as teachers, come back as volunteers? Talk about the significance of the giving back.
Sure. It's really important to say that football is basically a tool that we use at Roosevelt High School, and I'm sure a lot of high schools do the same thing, to be able to motivate our kids to do better in school and then have the opportunity to go to college. We have a bunch of guys in college. I can name you a few. Our former quarterback Jesse Diaz is at Doane College in Nebraska. We have one of our guys, Jeremy Aguilar, who's a Division II All-American at Texas A&M Kingsville. We have numerous guys just attending universities like Boston College, Drexel as well, all the UCs and Cal States. But we have had in the last couple of years a couple players that have gone through our system that are back now. One in particular is a young lady who was on the team last year. She graduated in 2012, and now she is my assistant coach in the JV level. Her name is Justina Duran, and she is actually our JV offensive coordinator. She calls the plays for our offense. I know some people are surprised, but she knows our offense well. She spent 3 years under our coaches, and she's doing a great job. As of right now, she's undefeated, and I know that the Garfield JV is also undefeated in league. So, a lot of people mention this is a game for league, but it's a game for league from both the varsity and the JV. And Justina Duran, our former player, as well as another guy, Chris Moreno, who was an outstanding offensive lineman for me, class of 2010, is now back with us and helping us and coaching our kids. So it's really refreshing to see that. Both of these individuals are in college right now, and they're in junior college, so they're local, but I know that they'll have an opportunity to transfer to a university, and that's really what we hope for our kids to have that opportunity to move on to bigger and better things.
Success and achievement and coming back to the community, as you said. But Coach, before we let you go, Arriaga, Herrera, you got Godoy, the players that were introduced today, Campos, Garcia, Guerra. Are they ready?
Oh, yeah, they're ready. They're very excited about this game. Ariaga's a rookie. It's going to be his first Classic. He's our junior starting quarterback. But the other guys that played in the Classic before, they know what to expect. And all we could do is, just stay focused. In terms of motivation, the motivation's there naturally. What we need to make sure we focus and we guide them on is staying focused, knowing what they have to do, and also having fun. I always tell them, hey, this is your senior year. You play in the biggest game. Around, people talk about this game as being the biggest here, the biggest there. But so I want them to enjoy the game and have fun. So,
well, Coach, we will see you within 48 hours here.
Thank you.
Back at
Appreciate
East LA
it.
College.
Thanks a lot.
Head Coach Javier Sid on a huge roll. Overall record of 8-1, 8 victories in a row, undefeated in conference play, and it's going to be very, very important for them to win and get that seed in the playoff, as Coach mentioned in the press conference. We'll be back with our next interview here on East LA Sports Scene's coverage of the East LA Classic. And now for the Garfield Bulldogs head coach, Lorenzo Hernandez. Coach, 3 days or 5 days of countdown. Friday's a big day. Wednesday's the day of the annual press conference. And your thoughts on the season thus far and the preparation for the big game?
The season as far as it's kind of where we wanted to be, of course. We didn't want to lose any games, but, sometimes, you're playing against very talented teams that do right things against you, and you learn and you move on. So far, so good. We're just looking forward to Friday against Roosevelt, and hopefully we could entertain the crowd and come out with a victory.
Again, Coach, the consensus among the coaches in the city is that they salute you, take their hats off to you because you've gotten such a tremendous preseason schedule. It was difficult at most. And then you went into conference play. And analyzing both sides of the coin now, where do you feel the team is at this point and ready for the final couple of games of the season?
If we continue to do what we're doing, I think we'll be successful. We just got to be able to patch up some things and clean up a lot of our play. Sometimes, we jump off sides, we do things that hurt ourselves. So, we played the grueling schedule, but all in all, we have to learn from it. And if that means minimizing the penalties, then that's what we have to do. But like I said, if we continue to do that and continue to peak like we're peaking right now at the right time, I hope for a great game on Friday night.
And let's look at also the coming off of the injury list. Lance Fernandez is going to be ready to go.
Yeah, thank God we got him back. We lost him for a short time in June. He was out with an injury. So hopefully he's able to produce like he has been in all the classics. And, of course, we know that Roosevelt knows that, and they're going to key on him and Ravello as well the last 2 years. So, it's just going to come out to who wants the game a little bit more and more so who prepared better.
Okay, and Coach, the rest of the lineup, both your starters and reserves, special teams as well, all pretty healthy?
Yeah, so far, everyone's healthy. We got an outstanding group of coaches as well as players that, our job is to get them ready, and hopefully they respond on Friday.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about your defensive alignments, because we always do the play-by-play when we call the players' names, but we don't know a lot of the preparation and sometimes a lot of the mindset. But defense, of course, as you know, as many coaches know, they stress it because it does win games and championships.
Yeah, absolutely, and we have a strong defense. We have another great coaching staff on that side of the ball that prepares and, stays focused on the task. So, yeah, we got a tremendous group of guys, led by Antonio Hueso, the linebacker, number 4, and by our D-line as well. We got a monster, playing defensive end, number 15, Raymond Sierra. So he's gonna make good plays and make some things happen for us on Friday night.
And also in the calling of our game, when we did the Dorsey game at home there for you, some interchangeable parts in your schemes. You've got Sessions that can come in. You've got Zambrano, who does lots of things out of that wing spot and sometimes a wide receiver. But some of your players really step up and do things that perhaps many other players may not be called upon to do.
Yeah, we got a good group of young, talented kids that we're able to put out in the perimeter and make some things happen for us. But, we also got a good quarterback that can deliver the ball. He's very seasoned, very experienced, never experienced in this game, however, but I'm sure he's going to, hold his composure and do well.
Yeah, Josh Mendoza.
Correct.
Okay.
He'll do well for us.
Larry Ravello. And so we've seen the Bulldogs in action, but again, now this is the moment because it is a battle for the conference title.
Yeah, absolutely. And we all know that, going into this game that it has other implications other than the classic. So it just takes it up a notch, and which is exciting for everyone in the community and the kids and the coaches.
Quickly, Coach, a couple of points of time we want to talk about because it's so important to our community. The Garfield community, Roosevelt community are building that bridge every year, uniting our factions in the community. Whether you're a Rough Rider or a Bulldog, it doesn't matter today. Tomorrow or Friday, it will be for the community. All eyes will be focused here at East LA College. Your thoughts in preparing this year's team for the Classic?
Just like we prepared every year, we want to make sure that, obviously the game plan, will speak for itself, but, more so just the community and the way the kids conduct themselves. If you get a 15-yard penalty in here, then, that doesn't look good. It's not a good reflection of the program, and it's not a good reflection of the East LA community. So Coach Sid does a great job over there since he took over the helm, and, he understands that going into the game, it's about mutual respect and just getting after it. And it's unfortunate, but someone has to lose, and, the good thing, someone has to win. So hopefully we can continue that tradition of just being respectful to one another and just playing hard for the kids and the community.
And lastly, Coach, the buzz, the environment, the feeling, the electricity, energies on campus for this week. Kind of describe that for our viewers.
For viewers, it's just amazing. If you go to Garfield High School, you'll understand, why it's the Garfield High School. But just so many things that go on. There's a lot of spirit. There's a lot of pep rallies. There's a lot of media. There's just so much things for the kids that, it exposes, I don't think, any other kid in the country to what happens. And then, of course, you get the big sponsors like Nike that come in and do great things for these kids. So it's just overall, it's a great place to be, and that's why it's the Garfield High.
Okay, Coach Lorenzo Hernandez talking about the Friday Night Classic. We thank you again, Coach, for taking some time with us here at today's press conference, and good luck in the game. Okay, we'll be back with Lance Fernandez here for the Garfield Bulldogs. We're going to do a one-on-one interview with him. We'll be back with the East LA Sports Scene. Okay, speaking with number 2 on his jersey, you see it right there. He's very proud to wear that in this coming Friday's East LA Classic, the 78th version of the Classic. It is Mr. Lance Fernandez. And Lance, how are you doing today?
Doing good. And yourself, sir?
Doing fine. Again, the press conference day, the adrenaline is going to start to pick up. You're going to get a practice a little bit later on. And then Friday, before you know it, it'll be here again.
We're just really focused on doing the little things in practice and perfecting our plays.
Let's talk about your involvement, Lance, because you're coming off of the injured list and you're going to be able to play. Has it been for the last couple of games you've seen some action?
I started playing again and against Southeast, and I was really shaky that game, but up until now, I think I'm really back to normal. Got my speed back and my strength back.
Okay, let's talk about your teammates. You introduced them here at the press conference, but each one plays a role, as do all members of the team. But your confidence in the players and just the whole chemistry of the team, the mindset, how has it been this week so far in practice?
I think we're starting with the new quarterback this year, Joshua Mendoza. He's doing a really great job going off of the play actions and out of doubles and all that. And our fullback is Larry Velo. He's really getting his blocks, and our O-line is doing very good this year. We have a lot of good receivers that we could throw the ball to. And
we've seen that Josh Mendoza is a capable runner and passer, and Coach Hernandez has put in some more schemes on the vertical passing games, right?
Yep, and we've had a lot of more plays to get our weapons the ball,
Okay. So far, so good. You're back where you want to be, and this is it. The Friday night is for all the chips, so to speak. It's a big, big game, and the winner will move into the conference championship. Is that correct?
Yes, and whoever wins this game, I believe we have one more game left. It's HP, but right here, if we win this game, we're in first place, and I think we really need to win this game to get a good seed in playoffs and to be able to go to the city championship.
Okay, Lance, one other question here because of the closeness of the schools and the players. Is there anyone on the Rough Rider team that you personally know of as a friend and kind of do some things, away from school and away from football?
I grew up playing with Gilbert Herrera, the number 3, their captain, at the Bobcats, and we've always been friends, And I'm a really good friend with him,
Okay, you keep it at that because you respect each other, right? That's correct. Okay, last thoughts on the game. This will be your third classic? Okay, your thoughts on each one. Last year you had a super, super heavy game, and this year to equal that is going to take some doing, but are you up to that?
My first game I did really good. I had a lot of rushing yards, but I had no touchdowns. My second game I had a lot of touchdowns, and it really bring my confidence up for these games and these big games during the season. And I think this year I'm gonna do really good. Just trying to focus on winning the game and getting the ball in the end zone.
And hopefully get into those playoffs. Right. Okay. Lance Fernandez, good luck to you in the game Friday, and we'll see you. Okay? All right. We'll be back with our next interview in just a moment. It's going to be Gilbert Herrera from the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Okay, closing up our interviews here at the press conference. It's the post-press conference time to speak with the players, coaches, and community members, but now we're focusing in on number 3 on his jersey. You see it right there, the captain of the Roosevelt Rough Riders, Gilbert Herrera. And Gilbert, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Let's talk about it. It's only days away, and it seems like this was a game you were going to prepare for anyway, but you had to take care of business first to get here and be in a good position. Your thoughts on the season thus far, and then for Friday's big game in the Classic?
I think both teams have really had a good season because we both are really two strong squads, and I know that I'm anxious and my teammates are very anxious to play this game. We just, if it was up to us, we'd get to it as fast as possible.
Well, you guys certainly have the momentum. You're certainly on, like they say, the win streak. A lot of positivity, a lot of energy at school, and it seems to be picking up the team as each week goes by. Your thoughts as you prepare for the game on Friday?
Having this win streak going on is a very good thing, a very positive thing. But we got to remember to, even though we've been winning all these games, we're always vulnerable to a loss. And definitely to Garfield, they're a very good squad. So we got to make sure we keep our adjustments down and make sure we do what we need to do in practice in order to win the ball game.
Okay, and thus far and up to this point, before the kickoff on Friday, the team is in a very good, healthy state of mind and physically healthy?
Yeah, we've all been pretty good. No one has any major injuries, very minor injuries if anything, and we all are healthy and we feel we're going to be ready to go.
Gilbert, the significance of his team is just not a football game. It's the community's night out. It's a chance for East LA always and annually to shine in the eyes of the world, the country, Los Angeles, but of course here in East LA, that's a given. Your thoughts as playing as a member of this big event?
It's definitely an honor for this past history of the Roosevelt Garfield game, and we definitely want to give the community of Boyle Heights a win and not let them down, and I'm sure Garfield wants to do the same thing. So we're both going to come out very strong, and hopefully we could get the win for our communities. And
we were speaking to your opponent, Lance Fernandez, and he's had something in common with you because you both played on the Bobcats back in 2006 and 7, was it?
Yeah, back in 2006, 7, and I think 08 also. We also played in the Pop Warner team, Bobcats, and that's how we know each other. We have some similarities, so it's not just the first time we've been seeing each other, so we've known each other for a while, and that makes the rivalry just that much better too.
It's a good rivalry because the teams and the players and communities, you can always see either a Garfield Bulldog perhaps is married into the Roosevelt Rough Riders, so we see a lot of the combinations of both schools as they grow up into their adult lives, and it really says a lot for this East LA Classic. It's the 78th annual.
Yeah, definitely. In my family, we definitely have some people that went to Garfield, that married some people that went to Roosevelt. So even in my family, it's intense. It's really a good rivalry in between my family. So that's always a fun thing that my family comes out and supports each of their schools that they went to. So it makes it that much more exciting in my family.
Okay, Gilbert, you've had an outstanding season thus far, and you've been blessed with good health. Like you said, a couple of nicks and ticks that happen. That's part of the game. But your thoughts now, you personally focusing as a dual, you play both offense and defense, and you got to work hard to prepare. Your thoughts as you come onto this field for next Friday. Can you give our viewers just an idea of what it feels like?
Well, it feels like we really need to get this win in order so we could finish league strong, finish league 6-0. And definitely since Garfield has stuck in it the past 2 years, we really want to come back with another win, not have them win 3 years in a row. And it's just it's a thing, especially that all the seniors take it personal because they won the last 2 years. So it's definitely a big game for me, the seniors, and the rest of my teammates as well.
And should the Roosevelt Rough Riders come out victorious, it will be undefeated in conference play. That hasn't happened in quite some time.
Yeah, that's definitely a big thing because in our conference, the level of difficulty to win everyone has been getting harder and harder. So each and every year, there occasionally will be a 6-0 team, but usually every team has one loss to either one opponent or another. So it's always a hard time playing in the Eastern League.
So the Rough Rider mentality, the mindset coming into the game is take no prisoners. You want to leave everything here on the field because you want to get that upper seed, the higher seed in the tournament or the playoffs, as Coach Sid said in the press conference.
Yeah, this game is also for league, but it also determines playoffs because whoever wins will definitely have the higher playoff bracket and will therefore have a better chance at trying to get to that Division I championship game.
And that equals a home game. Which is huge.
Yeah, the winner of this probably maybe get a home game, but that's also a big advantage. So we could also give the fans at Roosevelt a little playoff taste of how it is playing in Division I.
Okay, Gilbert Herrera. Good luck to you on Friday, son.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. And he's going to have lead all of his teammates out of that tunnel there come Friday night here for the East LA Classic, the 78th annual, and that's a huge game coming up for both teams. So that'll do it for our coverage here of the press conference, and we're just moments and days away from the kickoff here at East LA College, 7:30 on Friday night, and that will make that October the 26th, 2012. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more coverage on East LA Sports Scene.